The world is gripped by a terrifying epidemic. Those who fall asleep die, and only the most resilient survive. A guy named Jake, addicted to drugs, wakes up in his apartment wanting to get high but can't find his lighter. He goes outside and is stunned to find complete silence, with no people or animals around. Soon, Jake starts discovering lifeless bodies of passers-by. Distressed, he visits his friends and loved ones but finds no one alive. Suddenly, an emergency broadcast comes on TV. The announcer declares a state of emergency and urges any remaining survivors not to fall asleep. As Jake steps outside, he tries to convince himself that it's just a hallucination from his drug use. "Wake up, Jake, wake up." But then he is unexpectedly called out by a 13-year-old boy named Sam, who insists it's not a dream. If Jake were to fall asleep, he wouldn't wake up, just like everyone else. 4 days into the mysterious apocalypse, Jake, Sam, Rachel, and Rachel's friend are swimming in a pool, doing everything they can to stay awake by taking stimulants and energy drinks. Later, Jake and Sam speculate about the origin of the strange virus. Sam suggests various theories, including a radioactive space probe that altered the planet's atmosphere. "Look, who gives a ___ what this is?" It just is. Their conversation is abruptly interrupted by Rachel's screams from another room. She says that she left her friend alone for just a minute, and she fell asleep. Jake and Sam give her an adrenaline shot, but it doesn't help. Rachel is devastated by her friend's death and fears that it will soon happen to her too, as even strong medications no longer work. As Jake and Sam say their goodbyes to Rachel, she leaves with their shared backpack containing essential staying awake drugs. The guys chase after Rachel, but soon Jake starts to fall asleep. Sam takes the wheel, trying to manage the car and keep Jake awake. In a desperate move, Sam sticks a screwdriver into Jake's leg, jolting him awake from the pain. Jake starts experiencing hallucinations where he sees his deceased sister instead of Sam. Then he spots a plane in the sky, which turns out to be real, and they unexpectedly collide with it on the road. After the crash, Jake and Sam get out of the car and meet the pilot, Ellis. They ask for something to keep them awake, and he offers them nicotine gum and patches. Ellis notes that this won't be enough and mentions that Sam is the first child he has seen in 3 days across 8 cities, although there are still plenty of survivors overall. Ellis leaves his damaged plane, and the 3 of them head to the nearest hospital, hoping to find some medication. "I think he's an addict. Look, I'm pretty sure we're all addicts now." At the hospital, they are surprised to find a group of survivors. They meet Dr. Allie, who starts them on an IV drip with a cocktail of adrenaline and other substances. She explains that she's one of the doctors who managed to stay awake during the sleep epidemic and, along with her colleagues, has been trying to figure out what happened, but hasn't made much progress yet. Meanwhile, Ellis reviews hospital patient records. No one understands why, and Ellis explains that the first victims on his plane died exactly at 3:04. In other cities he traveled through, people died a few minutes earlier or later. He's here to determine when exactly people started dying. It turns out that in this city, it all began at 3:01, suggesting a nearby